And I guess you generally want to feel like you're progressing in the game. So a good video, and there's also beautiful art, engaging storylines, and it's like an amazing puzzle to solve, I think. And so it's like solving the puzzle.
Elden Ring, the greatest game of all time. I still haven't played it, but to you,
Elden Ring is definitely a candidate for best game ever. Top 5 for sure.
I think I've been scared how hard it is, or how hard I hear it is. So, but it is beautiful.
Elden Ring feels like it's designed by an alien.
There's a theme to this discussion. In what way?
It's so unusual. It's incredibly creative, and the art is stunning. I recommend playing it on a big resolution, high dynamic range TV. Even doesn't need to be a monitor. Just the art is incredible. It's so beautiful, and it's so unusual. And each of those top boss battles is unique. Like it's like a unique puzzle to solve. Each one's different. And the strategy you use to solve one battle is different from another battle.
That said, you said Druid and Eternal against Uber Lilith is the hardest boss battle you've ever.
Correct. That is currently and I've played a lot of video games because it's my primary recreational activity.
Yes.
And yes.
Here we go, baby!
Beating hatred in the Eternal Realm
I never really
is
found
the
the
hardest
crafting
boss battle
good.
in life and in
I don't know
the video game.
Metaphor and top
I'm not sure it's possible, but I do make progress.
What's out there, Granddad?
Like, okay, I'm making progress.
You gonna
Maybe
I don't want to go into the
tweak that
fight with
Paragon board a
less
little more.
flasks.
I can do it. I can just dodge a few more waves. I can do it.
Well, the simulation is created for the purpose of figuring out if it can be done, and you're just a cog in that simulation, in the machine of the simulation.
Yeah, it might be. I have a feeling that at least I think
It's doable.
it's doable. Yes.
Well, that's the human spirit right there, to believe.
Yeah, I mean, it did prompt me to think about just hate in general, which is, you want to be careful of one of those things where you wish for something that sounds good, but if you get it, it's actually a dystopian situation. So, you could sort of run a hypothesis of like, if you wish for world peace, sounds good, but how is it enforced? And at what cost is it? At what cost eternal peace? It might actually be worse to have eternal peace because of what that would entail. The suppression of everyone. It might be the suppression of progress. It might be an ossified society that never changes. What I'm saying is that there is an argument that if you wish for no war, you should be careful what you wish for. Because what's required in order for there to be no war might be worse than a little war.
Yeah, the things we consider to be flaws of human civilization might be necessary components for whatever optimal looks like. Do you worry about AI, AGI enabling a dystopian state of this nature? Whether it's 1984 with surveillance and fear, or Brave New World with pleasure? And what is it? Lots of sex, but no deep human experience?
There's actually a real drug called Soma.
There is?
Yes.
Let me take notes.
Did they actually...
Does Grok know about it? No, he probably will go to Brave New World.
We could ask it.
What would be the question?
Tell us about the drug called Soma.
Tell us about the drug called Soma. It's going to go to Brave New World, I think.
Well, there's a real drug as well.
Searching for Soma drug information. Oh, boy. Soma, the wonder drug. By the way, I'm in fun mode.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, so it's talking about the real drug.
Oh, it's a muscle relaxant that's been around since the 1950s. It's used to treat muscle pain and discomfort, and it does this by altering the activity between neurons and the spinal cord. Now, Soma isn't just a pain reliever. It's also a bit of a sedative. It can make you feel a bit drowsy, so it's not something to take if you're planning on operating heavy machinery or trying to solve complex math equations. And it goes on and on. In conclusion, Soma is a drug that can be helpful for those dealing with muscle pain, but it's not without its risks. It's pretty good. Oh, wait a minute.
That's the real drug it's talking about.
It's the real drug.
Yeah.
And of course, the fun is always use it responsibly in accordance with the advice of a healthcare professional. And remember, in the end, the universe is probably just a giant computer simulation, so don't take anything too seriously. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So,
Oh, and it also really nicely includes like the tweets, posts on X that are relevant to this, which is really cool.
yeah.
It like integrates everything together.
Yeah.
Like the interface is one of the really cool things here.
Yeah. Team's done a great job. So, and you could say like, no, I mean Soma from Brave New World, because it thinks you mean Soma the real drug.
Yeah.
No, I mean Soma from Brave New World.
It's going to be like, oops, I'm really sorry. I'm really surprised it went to the real drug first. My apologies. I was thinking of the muscle relaxant. Soma for Brave New World is a different beast altogether. No, this Huxley's just
We made it. And not only do I have a crazy watch and a crazy car, but I have a crazy hot girlfriend.
What's up, guys? Long time no see. It has been a few months since I last did a vlog, and a lot of shit has happened. Tomorrow is the real start of this vlog. I'm going to be picking up my McLaren 600 LT Spider at 18 years old. Fully wrapped. I've had it for about a month now. Didn't record anything with it, basically. But I thought that now would be a great time to start vlogging. The day before I pick it up, it's brand new. Up on my mirrors. Guy at McLaren to see if it was ready.
The only one.
Yep.
And it shoots flames stock. So.
Yep.
Shout out to that guy.
Clip farming.
Yes, Aura.
Oh. You hear that, turbos? Oh my god. We made it. And not only do I have a crazy watch and a crazy car, but I have a crazy hot girlfriend. Winning in life.
Alright.
Winning in life. On top of all of this, my girlfriend just started college at ASU, so we're about to aura farm so fucking hard in front of all those poor ass college kids. McLaren water. The owner of the McLaren dealership was telling me not to tune it. I need some pops and bangs. I'm not gonna lie. Filled up with gas. We're gonna head back to the apartment building. I'm gonna put the dropped out license plate on it. And then in around 2 hours probably, we are going to, in about 2 hours I'm gonna go out with my friends. And we're gonna go to a super fancy steakhouse and go on a crazy cruise with a Lamborghini, a McLaren 720S, and an Audi R8. This is probably the biggest dust storm I've ever seen. Currently inside of this dust cloud.
Like, look at all the visibility's just gone all of a sudden.
This happened so fast. It was just a cloud and now we're in it. Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Is that
all
dust?
Rocks and dust.
Oh my god.
Sand. Just everywhere. Like I can see sand building up on my mirrors. This is like dystopian. Let's just let it build.
Can we fit? Oh, we might be able to. Ooh. Oh no, you're not fitting under. Well, you made it, but like you were pushing the ball.
The car is so dirty. What are we doing? Okay, we are back. Look. Alright guys, so I'm heading down to the garage again. It's gonna be super sick, so yeah. We'll play Cat Cars.
And I need to be in class in 10 minutes.
Okay. We're gonna speed this up. We are back at the apartment, dropped my girlfriend off at school, and now I'm probably just gonna do a little bit of work in, try and deal with just shit I gotta deal with. We're back out. We've been trying to convince him to go to the dealership right like today. Put 20, 30K down on it. What the fuck are we doing, bro? Oh, Marceline, you're on video. Like, you're on video.
I don't need no help, nigga. I do this shit solo. Nigga mad cause a bitch chosen. At least a young nigga told you. Glock keep it in a holster. Glock keep it in a holster. Magic City too turned up. I take her home and I own her.
Today, we'll be doing a new type of video that I usually don't be doing. I'm gonna basically vlog my whole day and give you guys a day in the life. It's gonna be a pretty crazy day. There's a lot of cool things that hopefully are gonna be set up today. Firstly, gonna go to Cars and Coffee straight in the morning. It's getting dark out right now. I'm gonna head to my girlfriend's house, and in the morning, fresh off the wake up, we're gonna get straight into the vlog. I hope y'all enjoy this video. Every video has been insane recently. I've been reading all the comments, super positive, and it makes me want to keep going, so I appreciate it. Let's get straight to it. Next time you see me, we'll be going to the car meet. Taking the RS. I haven't shown it yet to the public at a car meet, but I'm excited. It's kind of dirty, and the color is kind of not dark, but it is gloomy out right now. It looks like it's raining, but we'll see what people react to there, but we got some after that we're going to go do. It's going to be a little late when we get there, but it should be still pretty packed. It should be fun. I'm excited to see what people think about the car. Maybe they'll attack it and brutally f it up. I got a vlog. Who got my jacket? Hold on, I gotta go find this guy who got my jacket. How many people don't? Oh, this guy got my jacket right here. Look at this guy. You like it?
How are you? Yeah, it's comfortable.
Oh, shit. People complain about it. They said it wasn't comfy. Is it comfy?
What, dude? I fucking love it.
Was it worth the money?
Hell yeah.
It's gloomy out, but man, there's so many people out here. It's actually an amazing day. It's crazy, bro. How many people showed up to see my car? How is there a Vuelto right here? There's a Vuelto and everyone's here to see my car. It's crazy. Look how many people are surrounding my car. Man, I don't know what it is. So the SVJ is cool, but bro. Oh, this is the guy. Wait, I think if I'm not mistaken, this Revuelto was the first one in California. I could be wrong, but the guy who owns this owned my black GT3 and I bought it off him. I'm a fan of the Revuelto, but I will be honest with you, the SVJ definitely has more presence. I also don't like how the Revuelto isn't numbered because it obviously makes it so it loses value more, but I mean, it's a cool car nonetheless. Fixed all the issues of the SVJ. What do you call it? Kicks this here. That's pretty fire. Dude, I love his car. It's really nice. I don't know where he is, but it's a beautiful car. Turbo S. Now, it's so funny because I was talking about the Turbo S off camera, and I was thinking about getting the Turbo S convertible just to have a convertible and just always keep the roof down. But honestly, I don't think it's worth it. I think there's so many more cars as you can get. Very interesting wheel choice, but it's super cool. I don't even know what I'm looking at over here. I saw this last time I was here. I still don't know what this is. This is insane. This is not a kit car. So what the fuck is this? Am I a bot? Look at this kid's freaking out over it. What am I looking at, bro? You like this car?
Yeah. My dream job is to be a car designer.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to be a car designer?
Yeah.
That's awesome, bro. You want to design something like this?
Maybe.
SF90 Spider, a white Ferrari is what I wanted. It is kind of a basic spec. Kinda. Am I tripping? Maybe this is not basic, actually. This is actually kind of crazy seats. I don't know what I'm looking at. It's crazy because, I mean, it's a $600,000 Ferrari that depreciated to $500,000, that depreciated to $400,000, and not a single soul is, like, around this. It's like there's no hype with this car, I feel like, anymore, and I think they f***ed it up because it's hybrid. Oh, look at the color. And then look at the seats. Oh, look at the man. Maybe one day I could buy something. One day I gotta get more rich. This is so nice. 720S. I love the 720. I think the 720 is cool. The only problem is it's a scary car. What the am I looking at? This is a RS6 with custom interior? Bro, look at this shit. What the is this? It's pink and blue. I like the RS6, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I prefer the RSQ8. That was the car that I had before, was the RSQ8. For anyone who doesn't know, I overpaid like during COVID. It was like 180 grand. Yeah, it was stupid. But I got 100K for my Tesla during that time, so I got my money back. But it was a fully maxed out RSQ8. I do like the RSQ8 over the RS6, but I understand the RS6 hype. Like, I do get it. I don't really know what I'm looking at right here. I'm a TikTok car head. This is cool. I like the spiders, bro. I'm telling you. Oh, it's a Tech Art Turbo S. So this is what I was talking about. I love the Turbo S. The Tech Art kit makes it look so much more aggressive, and it's the convertible. I think this is fire. This is insane. See, like, this to me is so, this is cool to me. This is some swag. Look at the extra wing now, the carbon fiber wing. Hey, Tech Art, bro, if you want to give me some cars, do it. I met the owner once at Cars and Copters. You don't like it? Well, it's a shame you can't afford it. Ooh, a 488 pizza. This thing is over. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Mixed it with the 812 super fast. You like the 488 pizza? 812 is so beautiful. This is like the greatest car ever. Look at the interior, the tan interior. I don't even know if you can see it. Look at this right here. SF90 Spider again, bro. Please do not touch. $600,000? It's not even tailor-made, is it? Is it? It might be. I don't know. $600,000, that's what I'm trying to tell you. No one's buying that. No one's buying this. Look at this. Next to the main friend, ZL1. Wow, ZL1, wow. Look at the rims of the Corvette. Look at the interior of that. What the f*** is a kit on that? Look at the rims on this thing. And then look at the interior. I gotta make more money. Look at this, bro. Look how many people surround my car. Look how insane this is. People hate it on the rims, bro. I'm telling you, the rims don't look bad. I can't even hang around my own car, bro. I'm too famous. I know Brez hit me up. I don't know if this video will be up by then, but I know Brez Scales, he hit me up and he told me he wanted to do a video. I think he's coming out here, so maybe we'll do it with him. Let me know if y'all want to see that, but it could be some cool shit. This is what I always wanted, no? NSX. See, this to me, like, I actually really want it. Like, the NSX, so pretty to me. It's not the year I want, but it's still swag nonetheless. This thing has yellow lights. It's got carbon lip. It's got lights on the bottom. More carbon. There's really not much you could do with this type of car. It's a Tesla. You know what's funny? When I had a Tesla, I tried to do the same shit in my head, but I was like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't waste my money on it. But I mean, it's still a cool bit. It's Adro? What the fuck? I wonder if that actually does anything though. This purple's cool, bro, but I've seen it between a couple YouTubers. I forget his name, but I know there's a couple YouTubers who have this color. I miss my BMW. Should I buy a BMW again just to sell in 2 months after I put like 25K, 30K worth of stuff into it? Bro, look, it's my old car. It's like my exact spec. I have blue calipers. I love this car, bro. I swear to God, I'd buy it again. I'm not kidding. I'd buy this car again. This car was absolutely one of my favorite cars. But I'm telling you, it looks so much better than the RS6. I don't care what people say. See, $600,000 and you're driving it around, I'm good off that. I'm good off that. I'm telling you, bro. The SF90s are just they're gonna keep dropping every single day. I want the SF90 too. That's the craziest part, but I'm not paying $400,000, $500,000, $600,000. I'll pay $400,000. Nah, I don't have money. Never mind. Get Starbucks because I can't operate in a day because I'm pretty sure I'm autistic. Pretty sure I have ADHD. I don't know about ADHD is the same thing as autism, but something like that. But I need a coffee to keep me awake. Coffee. I don't know, I need something to keep me awake, and energy drinks are just cancer. They're just cancer in a bottle. Unless I'm sponsored. If there's a sponsor out there, I'll take it. Really love the way the SF90 looks, man. Look at this shit, bro. I wish it was faster. Just kidding, it's 1,000 horsepower. This little shit has no clue he's living the life. Zero clue in the world he's living the life, bro. We're gonna head out right now to the Ritz-Carlton. It's a lunch spot. It's a very nice spot. It's a very expensive spot, I heard. Yeah, you gotta be cool to get in. No, I'm just kidding. Let me just check what time it is. Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go. What time is it for you? Nothing o'clock. We're gonna head there right now. Let's see if we can even get out.
I'm not following up the show. Look how many people are around this car. So many people.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What's up, little dude?
What's up? That guy yelled, yo, Boba. Oh my gosh.
Fuck all you other YouTubers, fuck all you other people. I have the fucking loudest GT3 RS. oh, but we have the same exhaust, but we have the... No, we don't. Shout out to anyone leaving those comments in the comment sections of anybody, bro. Fuck anybody's Porsche besides mine. Leave the hate comments. Oh, get them, rage bait them, rage bait them. Oh, Ron's car's better. No, it's not. No, it's not. Rage bait. This car can literally be a daily driver. I don't care what anyone says. I'll still say it to this day. I can daily drive this car. Sure, it's uncomfortable, maybe in most situations, but bro, we're taking Nike boxes and it fits in the back with a roll cage, and I'm managing to bring it to UPS still. I mean, I don't know, people always like to use the excuse, oh, you can't daily any type of car like SVJ maybe. I'm a daily that if I buy that car. I don't care. But it was super cool. Shout out to the people at the car meet. Hey, I loved seeing them and they loved me. So shout out to y'all who always support the videos and the streams. But yeah, it's super cool to see everybody in real life. UPS run. Girlfriend's trying to make money over here on StockX reselling shoes that I gave her. This should be mine.
You don't need...
I don't need money. I don't need money. What time is it, chat? What time is it, comment section, since I'm not streaming? Why am I such a jackass?
मैंने 4 वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड्स बनाए हैं इस बार मेरा पहला रिकॉर्ड है कि मैंने 24 इंडिविजुअल सब्जेक्ट्स किए हैं A लेवल के मुझे हर वक्त नहीं पढ़ना पड़ता अपने घर में मामा के साथ
That's the end of today's feature on The Frame. Subscribe to
me, so we're here now. Sun's out, which means I finally don't look chopped. We're at Fashion Island right now. We're gonna go shopping. We're gonna go look around, check out the stores. Probably not buy anything. Probably window shop. Probably get boba aloe. Apparently, maybe get some boba for boba. It's a great fucking day now, man. It's bright out. Hope y'all been enjoying this shit. I really love how the carbon fiber is on this car, man. I love these wheels. People hate them, man, but I love them. I know for the winter time, I'll probably change the car look, but man, some of y'all don't appreciate the car look, man. Y'all are like, oh, Ron, the color look like a slurp juice. Yeah, so fucking what? I'm gonna tuck my chain because I'm in the hood right now. You know me, I'm looking for Balenciaga. I don't even like designer clothes anymore, so I don't even know why I'm shopping because I don't really fuck with designer.
With your closet.
Open my closet. Yeah, that's the old me. Now I'm more mature. Now I'm more mature. Yeah, but now, oh, you want some Lululemon?
Yeah.
Too bad. Keep hustling. They made a store for Lacey because he does kind of look like a lesbian. He's a cute lesbian. Holy shit, it's Birkin bags. You want a Birkin?
No.
Keep hustling and one day I'll get a Birkin. We could shop more of your swag right now. If we could do some PacSun. I like PacSun. I used to wear their ripped jeans back in middle school. Can we go to Brandy? I have to take a shit. Oh my God, Marlin. Oh wait, no, Martin's.
He's leaving me to go take a dookie. Free 10 minutes and I'm gonna stand out in the sun.
We're at the Rolex store. They got some cool stuff. Okay pieces. I'm not really a fan of Rolex too much. I'm not gonna lie, this one on the right though looks nice. I forget what that one is. It's the one right here. I'm not a huge fan of Rolex. I low-key kinda like APs, but some Rolexes I do like. I have the Batgirl. I have the Starbucks. And then I also have I forgot the other one, a Datejust, I think. I don't remember. Maybe a Wagyu Gyozas. And then maybe 250,000, maybe, I don't know. But it's really nice because it's the Turbo S. Like, the Turbo S is so cool. I love it.
Oh, are we going to Ferrari?
Oh yeah, I wanted to go shopping real quick.
Should I buy something?
Yeah, I just wanted to go shopping real quick. You know me. First and foremost, look at the Cullinan. Holy shit. This thing is so nice, the color. What is this, a 488? I don't even know. This though, man, it's crazy, bro. I'm telling you. I know people want the SVJ, bro, but this thing is just so player. It is so fucking player. I love the way the A12 looks. Is this the Roma? I've never seen a... It's the Roma. The Pear Sangwe is also cool. I didn't want to go in and record, but I do know the one guy there. I forget his name, but I didn't get on camera, but he's like, "Sup, Ron? I was here before, just checking out cars just for fun." And he told me,
come on, what are we saying? Ron in the A12 comp.
fuck it, bro, let's do it, bro. That just looks crazy. I gotta save my money.
Argento and Nürburgring is what they call the color. You really don't come across it that often. Red guts, love those.
I'm telling you, bro, the GTS is just so amazing. And my main thing is I was really scared I would like fishtail. Bro, I drove it and it was nothing. It was literally nothing. I felt perfect. Oh man, yeah, all my comments on my new video, I literally dropped it like 3 hours ago, but it's doing like really good. And everyone's commenting like, yo, get the Ferrari, get the Ferrari.
So this is the big reveal, guys.
Oh, tell me.
Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, F1 signatures.
Whoa, holy shit. So right off the bat, another A12 car, amazing color. This is so crazy. Not a fan of the white line, but this right here was the one that he let me sit in, the TaylorMade. This is the one I sat in, but this, I don't know if I'll ever see one of these. I don't think anyone will, how many are there, 500?
Yeah.
500 of these made. Carbon, this is a great spec. Holy, this thing is just disgusting. These are so insane. Oh my God. Yo, this car is crazy.
It is.
Holy shit. We have a Turbo S, one of the older ones, SF90, 296, 296, 296, little old bad boy over there. Don't get mad at me, I'm a TikTok car head, I don't know what that is. Montana plate on the Testarossa. Boba told me this, she's a car head, I'm not. Oh wow. Oh, I do know what this is. This is so beautiful too. Yo, that SF90XX is insane. I'm just looking at it, I'm not even kidding. It's like, that's insanity. You don't see this ever. You're never gonna see this. You have a better chance of seeing the comps, I feel like.
Wow.
Man, this is just...
I would never see this on the road.
You're never gonna see this on the road. You're never. People who have these are like in Europe. They're not driving it here. Like, this thing is so insane. He is the fucking GOAT, bro. Always lets me check out the cars. Shout out to Ferrari and Newport. Absolutely amazing. I can't believe we saw an SF90XX. That thing, I probably am never gonna see that again.
Never.
And the comp. I'm sure a lot of people in the comments are like, oh, why didn't you buy one if you went shopping? I did put a down payment on one, but I don't have space at the house right now. So I'm letting them hold it.
When are you gonna tell them that I bought it for you?
I don't even think you could buy me a pack of gum. I don't know if the camera picked it up. These kids in a Tesla are fucking playing payphone out of the car while next to me. People see the car and they know it's me, bro. It's scary. Look, there's... Yeah, of course, bro. You like the car?
Yes, bro, I loved it, bro. I saw you. I was like, dude, there's no way that's wrong, because you have a 1-on-1 color, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is like, no one's done this.
Bro, I saw you. I was like, dude, there's no way that's wrong, because you have a 1-on-1 color, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is like, no one's done this color yet.
Yeah, dude, I was like, no way, that's Ronaldo, bro.
Yeah, let's do it, bro.
You made my day, bro.
Oh, thank you, bro. You made my day. No, I came here when I got the 812 GTS. I drove it here because this is my favorite beef jerky spot. I'm not even kidding. It's expensive. It's like Wagyu beef jerky, but I kid you not, it's called The Butcher. It's so good, this beef jerky. I'm not even kidding. The guy knows me here. Now, he doesn't know who I am. He just knows that I come here for the beef jerky. It's crazy. I love all y'all, man. This is crazy that I even get to do this with my life. To be able to vlog and show you guys a day in my life, like, it's really insane.
Oh gosh, that is nice interior, but that smells. That smells. Oh, that's heavy.
All right, guys, and this is what we came for. 1970 911E. That's been sitting in this barn since the 1990s, which is amazing. This thing is a total barn find.
This is the truth about how much it really costs to maintain a Porsche. When I was buying my first Porsche, everybody told me that it was going to be way too expensive to maintain this car and that I was going to go broke. So I've owned the car for 2 years now. Let's run the numbers and see if they were right. First up are oil changes. Brace yourself. Porsche recommends you do this once a year or every 10,000 miles, and doing this at Porsche costs $560. But just wait till you hear how much the major service costs. So every 2 years or 20,000 miles, Porsche recommends a major service. Here they swap out everything. Serpentine belts, spark plugs, oil change, oil filters, pollen filters, air cabin filters, the whole 9 yards. And the cost for that service is $2,900. And just when I thought I was in the clear, I got a screw in my tire, and that was $500 just to replace it. So after 2 years of owning this Porsche, the cost of maintenance has been around $4,000. Everybody made it seem like it was gonna be a fortune, but really it's about $160 a month. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's justified? Do you think it's too expensive?
Would you wait 4 years to build the car of your dreams? This customer ordered this body kit 4 years ago with no idea when it was gonna come or when the builder was set to install the kit. Finally, after 3 years, the kit showed up at his door unannounced, still with no date on when Nakai was set to come and install the kit. Once again, with no warning, he got the call that Nakai was coming, giving us 3 weeks to make this car go from a Guards Red 964 to this Etna Blue beauty you see in front of you. Would you go through all this trouble to make the car of your dreams? Would you wait 4 years?
Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm almost 40.
Buy a crappy Porsche to fix it up.
What the fuck?
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today I am driving a 2002 Toyota Echo. Up front is a 1.5 liter inline 4, and down below is a 5-speed manual transmission. Now, I am super excited to be driving this Echo for one main reason. I've never driven one before. The Toyota Echo only lasted a couple years here in the States, from 2000 to 2005, and was soon replaced by the ever so popular Yaris. And so it's fun to take a step back and look at where some of our modern cars came from, their lineage and heritage. So, today's examinee is the Toyota Echo. But if you would like your vehicle examined by me, you can head on over to my website, zachpareto.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form, and you would get a video of you. So, around the back of the Toyota Echo, key in here, flip it up, and a previous owner liked music, I guess, and put a gigantic sub box in the trunk. There is a spare tire underneath. If you didn't have this dumb sub box back here, you'd actually have tons of space. I have to compliment Toyota. They're starting to age out, and the fact that they were only made for 5 years doesn't help their case. What do I think driving this little Echo? First of all, the driving experience is good. Like I said, it feels like I'm in practice mode or something like that. It's a very forgiving automobile. So if you want to get into driving stick shift, or you want something that's stick shift that isn't gonna cramp your left leg, heaven forbid 2 cars stop ahead of you at the stoplight, the Echo's a great choice. That drivetrain is fantastic, but more than anything, I love what this vehicle stood for, what this car was. You see, back in the late 90s and early 2000s, Toyota wanted to diversify and start selling vehicles to a younger audience. They planned to do this through what they called the Genesis Project, which sounds like a secret nuclear underground base, but it was actually
as many conditions as we want to an if statement. The next thing we're going to learn is that we can combine if statements with variables from the previous lesson. For example, here we wrote the person's age 2 times. So we can actually save this age in a variable and then reuse that value. So above the if statement, let's create a variable using const, and let's name this variable age, and we'll make it equal to 15. Remember, the best practice for creating a variable is to use const by default, and only use let if we're going to change this value later. And now that we saved this number in a variable, we can use the variable inside the if statement. So we'll replace 15 with age, and here as well with. Let's create a variable using const, and let's name this variable age, and we'll make it equal to 15. Remember, the best practice for creating a variable is to use const by default, and only use let if we're going to change this value later. And now that we saved this number in a variable, the next thing we're going to learn is that we can combine if statements with variables from the previous lesson. For example, here we wrote the person's age 2 times. So we can actually save this age in a variable and then reuse that value. So above the if statement, let's create a variable using const, and let's name this variable age, and we'll make it equal to 15. Remember, the best practice for creating a variable is to use const by default, and only use let if we're going to change this value later. And now that we saved this number in a variable, we can use the variable inside the if statement. So we'll replace 15 with age, and here as well with age. So this will take whatever value is inside the variable and substitute it into the code. If we save, the if statement works the same way as before, and we run this line. Okay, now we're ready to use booleans and if statements to do a project. We're going to build a rock, paper, scissors game. First, let's take a look at the project. We're going to go to our browser, and at the top, create a new tab, and we're going to type here super simple.dev/projects/booleans, and press enter. Here, we can see a simple version of a rock, paper, scissors game. And if we click this link, it will take us to the final version of this game. So in this game, we can pick a move, and then the computer will pick a random move, and it will show us the result. And we also have a score of how many times we won, lost, and tied. So we're going to build this as we go through the course. But for now, let's go back, and we're going to start by building this simple version of the game. So how this simple version works is we click one of these buttons to pick a move. So let's pick rock. Then the computer will randomly pick a move. In this case, it's paper, but for you, it might be different. And it will compare the two moves and display the results in this pop-up. So the rules of rock, paper, scissors are rock beats scissors, paper beats rock, and scissors beats paper. Let's press OK, and we'll get started on this project. First, we'll create a new HTML file just for this project. Let's go to our code editor and click here and create a new file. And we're going to name this file 06-rock-paper-scissors.html and press enter. Next, let's copy all the code from booleans.html into this new file. So we'll open this again, and then Control A or Command A to select all the code, and then right-click, copy, and in here, right-click and paste. Let's close this and prepare this file. So we'll change this to rock, paper, scissors, and remove all of the JavaScript code that we had before. Finally, let's save and open this file in the browser by right-clicking and then open with Live Server. Let's take a look at the project again. So we're going to start by creating the text first, because this text is in the final version of the project. So in our HTML, we're going to create a paragraph element for this text. So less than, p greater than, and the closing tag less than /p greater than. Inside our paragraph, we're going to have the text rock, paper, scissors. Next, let's create the buttons. So we'll go to our HTML and create a button. And inside this first button, we'll have the text rock. Let's create another button. This one will be paper. And we'll create the last button. This one will be scissors. Now let's save and check our new tab. And now we created all the elements that we need. Next, let's make these elements interactive with JavaScript. So when writing JavaScript, a good strategy is to think about what steps we need to do and then convert those steps into code. So here, when we click a button, the first step is the computer will randomly select a move, and then we're going to compare the moves to get the result. And finally, we'll display the result in a pop-up. By the way, this is called an algorithm. An algorithm is a set of steps to complete a task or to solve a problem. Now that we know what steps we need to do, we're going to convert these steps or this algorithm into code. First, we're going to run some JavaScript when we click these buttons. So let's use the onClick attribute again. We'll go to the opening tag of the button and type onClick equals double quotes. And then inside these double quotes, we can add our JavaScript. So now we have to figure out how to randomly select a move for the computer. To do this, we need to learn a new piece of JavaScript code. So here, we're going to type capital M math.random, open bracket, close bracket. Math.random generates a random number between 0 and 1. So if we console.log this, console.log, and save, and click this button, and then check in our console by right-clicking, inspect, and the console, it will display a random number between 0 and 1. If we click this button again, it will generate a different random number. So every time we run math.random, it generates a different random number between 0 and 1. Now, to be more precise, it actually generates a number greater than equal to 0 and less than 1. Now let's save this random number in a variable so we can use it later. So we'll replace the console.log with const and then a variable name. Let's just name it random capital N number and then equals. So we saved this random number inside this variable. Next, we need a way to convert this random number into a move, like rock, paper, or scissors. To do this, let's imagine the space between 0 and 1, and then divide the space into 3 equal parts. Each part represents a move. If we generate a random number, and it's between 0 and 1/3, the move will be rock. If it's between 1/3 and 2/3, the move will be paper. And if it's between 2/3 and 1, the move will be scissors. This is how we can convert the random number into a move, and this will give the computer an equal chance of picking rock, paper, or scissors. Now let's convert these steps into code, and an if statement is the perfect solution for this. This already looks like an if statement. So in our onClick attribute, let's add some new lines and type if, brackets, and curly brackets. For this first condition, we're going to check if the random number is between 0 and 1/3. So let's check if random number is greater than or equal to 0. But in this case, we also need to check that random number is less than 1/3, because we're checking if the number is between 0 and 1/3. But how do we do this? How do we check that two comparisons are both true? To do this, we're going to learn another type of operator in JavaScript called logical operators. Logical operators let us combine Boolean values, which is what we need to do here. Let's go back into booleans.html, and we're going to learn logical operators. So first, let's open the tab for this file, and we're going to comment out all the previous code.
You want to learn JavaScript, but you spend week after week jumping from one tutorial to another and only learning surface level syntax. After a month, the only thing you have to show for your efforts is a pile of discarded, half-completed tutorials, and you still can't build anything on your own. I've been there. As someone who's worked as a software engineer for the past 8 years and taught at coding boot camps, I know how frustrating it is to put in the hours day in and day out, but still not make the progress you feel like you should have made. In this video, I'm going to share with you the most efficient way to learn JavaScript fast, the best resources on the internet, as well as some science-backed strategies so that you learn effectively without wasting time. For more than a decade, JavaScript has been the most popular programming language, at least according to the annual motivation is quite temporary. Like other in-demand skills, learning programming will be frustrating at times, so it's a really good idea to commit to a schedule before you start. If you just try to fit it in whenever you have free time, it's likely never going to happen. If you can, make it the first and most important thing you do every day, and you won't have to rely so much on your willpower. And I just want to mention that even though the title of this video is Learn JavaScript Fast, unless you're cramming for a technical interview, there's a lot of evidence showing that it's a lot better to space out your sessions and learn at a reasonable pace. Ideas include a weather app, a simplified Twitter clone, or a news feed pulling the latest articles from a public API. These mini projects will give you experience making some API calls ready to look for a job. I've made a video on that recently. It'll walk you
so our console doesn't get too messy. /*, and then at the bottom, */. Now let's create some new lines. And the first logical operator we're going to learn is called the AND operator. Let's type console.log a Boolean value true and another Boolean value true. So this is the AND operator, and it checks if two Boolean values are both true. So it checks if the left side is true and the right side is true. That's why it's called the AND operator. So here, the left side is true and the right side is also true. So the AND operator will result in true. If we save, this displays true. Now, if one of these sides is false, for example, if we change this to false, now let's check, is the left side and the right side both true? In this case, no. So AND will now result in false. If we save, it now displays false. So that's the logical AND operator. It checks if the left side is true and the right side is also true. So this is exactly what we need for our project. For example, let's create a new line and type console.log, and let's say that we generated a random number like 0.2, and we want to check if it's between 0 and 1/3. So we can do 0.2 is greater than or equal to 0, and we're also going to check if 0.2 is less than 1/3. So we're using the logical AND operator to check if the left side is true and the right side is also true. So in this example, both sides are true. 0.2 is between 0 and 1/3. So if we save, this whole thing will display true. Now in the order of operations, logical operators like AND have a lower priority than math and comparisons. So in this example, it will calculate the math first, and then it will calculate the comparison on the left, and then the comparison on the right, and then at the end, the AND operator checks if both sides result in true. Now let's use the AND operator in our project. Let's go back to the file for our project. And then inside this first condition, we're going to check if the random number is greater than or equal to 0, and at the same time, is the random number less than 1/3. So this is how we check if a number is between 0 and 1/3. In this case, the computer will pick rock. So between the curly brackets, let's just type console.log rock. Let's get some practice and create the other two branches for picking paper and scissors. Feel free to pause this video if you want to try it yourself first. So here, we're going to type else if to add another branch, and then brackets and curly brackets. And in this condition, we're going to check if random number is greater than or equal to 1/3, and random number is less than 2/3. So if this random number is between 1/3 and 2/3, inside here, we're going to console.log paper. And finally, let's create another branch using else if random number greater than or equal to 2/3 and random number less than 1. And console.log scissors. If we save and then go back to our rock, paper, scissors tab and then click the rock button a few times, it will pick some random moves for the computer. So that's how we generate the computer's move. One thing I want to point out is that I use the less than comparison instead of less than or equal to. I just did this so that the comparisons don't overlap. Before we continue in the project, we're going to learn two other logical operators we can use. Let's go back to booleans.html Scissors. If we save and then go back to our rock, paper, scissors tab and then click the rock button a few times, it will pick some random moves for the computer. So that's how we generate the computer's move. One thing I want to point out is that I use the less than comparison instead of less than or equal to. I just did this so that the comparisons don't overlap. Before we continue in the project, we're going to learn two other logical operators we can use. Let's go back to booleans.html, and let's also open the tab for this file. The next logical operator is called the OR operator. For example, let's type some new lines and type console.log true or false. So this is the logical OR operator. It checks if at least one side is true. So it checks if the left side is true or the right side is true. That's why it's called the OR operator. So here, one of these sides is true, so the OR operator will result in true. If we save, this displays true. If both sides are true, it will also result in true, because at least one side is true. The last logical operator we're going to learn is called the NOT operator. For example, let's create a new line and type console.log exclamation true. So the exclamation is called the NOT operator. The NOT operator only uses one Boolean value, and it flips it into the opposite value. So if this value is true, the NOT operator will flip it into false. So if we save, this will result in false. Now, if you think about it, if we say that something is not true, that's the same thing as saying that .com or Amazon.com. It's how we access YouTube and Amazon. Let's display a different message. So inside this condition, let's check if this person's age, which is 15, is greater than or equal to the function. And then in the copy of the project, just though it's inside a scope. So that's and the console value. We can put the type of value inside the variable. Are true. 0.2 is between 0 and 1/3. So now let's create in true. If we save, this displays true. If both sides are true, it will also result in true because at least one side is true. The last logical operator we're going to learn is called the not operator. For example, let's create a new line and type console.log exclamation true. So the exclamation is called the not operator. The not operator only uses one Boolean value, and it flips it into the opposite value. So if this value is true, the not operator will flip it into false. So if we save, this will result in false. Now, if you think about it, if we say that something is not true, that's the same thing as saying that it is false. So that's why this is called the not operator. Now, if we change the value to false, again, the not operator will flip this into true. So if we save, this will now result in true. So those are the logical or and not operators. We don't need to use these in our project right now, but I'll leave some exercises for these at the end of this lesson. Now let's go back and continue the project. Let's open the code and open the tab. The next step is to compare the computer's move to our move, which is rock. So first, let's save the computer's move in a variable so we can compare it later. So instead of console.log, we're going to create a variable with const computer capital M move and make it equal to the string rock. And we'll do the same thing here. Const computer move equals paper. And here, const computer move equals scissors. And now at the bottom, let's console.log the computer move variable to make sure that it worked. If we save and then click our rock button, unfortunately, it gives us an error telling us that computer move is not defined, even though we created it right here. So what is happening here? If statements have a special feature. They create something called a scope. A scope limits where a variable exists. Basically, whenever we have these curly brackets like this, any variable we create inside the curly brackets will only exist inside the curly brackets. And we can't use these variables outside the curly brackets. So this is called a scope. Scopes are a feature of many programming languages, and they help us avoid naming conflicts. For example, if I create a variable here called random number equals 0.5, and this didn't create a scope, so if I delete these curly brackets, this variable name will now conflict with the variable name up here, because we can't have two variables with the same name. So you can imagine that if we didn't have scope, and we had hundreds or even thousands of lines of code, we would quickly start to run out of variable names. So by creating a new scope here, all the variable names inside the scope only exist between the curly brackets, and it won't affect anything outside in the code. So scopes help us avoid naming conflicts. Okay, so I'll delete this example, and we'll learn how to access this variable outside of this scope. So to access this variable outside of the if statement, we have to create this variable outside of the if statement. So above here, we can create this variable, const computer move. And let's just make it equal to the empty string for now. So this variable was not created inside any curly brackets, so it's accessible from all of this code inside the onClick attribute, including inside the if statement. And then inside the if statement, instead of creating a new variable, we're just going to save the move inside this variable up here, because we can access this variable anywhere else in the code. So instead of using const, we're just going to reassign computer move. And we're going to remove it here as well, and here as well. And remember, when we reassign a variable, we have to switch from const to let. And now if we save and then click the rock button, we're able to console.log computer move, because computer move is no longer inside this scope. It's up here, so we can access it in this line of code. So that's how scope works. Any variable that we create inside curly brackets will only exist inside the curly brackets. So remember, in the previous lesson, we learned a third way of creating variables called var. The issue with var is that it doesn't really follow the rules of scope. For example, here, if we create a variable with var, like var and random number equals 0.5, this variable will conflict with the variable up here with the same name, even though it's inside a scope. So that's why we don't use var anymore, and we just use const and let, because var doesn't really follow the rules of scope. So we can remove this for now and move on to the next step. So we generated a random move for the computer. Now we have to compare our move, which is rock, to the computer's move to get the result and see who wins. To do that, we'll use another if statement. So at the bottom here, let's type if, and then brackets and curly brackets. And then inside this condition, let's check if the computer move is equal to rock. So remember, in JavaScript, we always use triple equals instead of double equals to avoid the conversion behavior. And now if the computer's move is rock and our move is rock, then inside the curly brackets, the result is going to be a tie. And let's save this string in a variable so we can use it later. Again, we have the same situation as before. We don't want to create the variable inside here, because then it only exists in this scope between the curly brackets. Instead, we're going to create the variable above, outside the if statement. So we'll use let to create this variable, because we're going to reassign it in the if statement. Let's name this variable result and just make it equal to the empty string at the top. And then in the if statement, we'll save the result into this variable. So result equals tie. Now let's create the other branches of this if statement. So here, we'll add else if, brackets and curly brackets, and we'll check if the computer move is equal to paper this time. If the computer move is paper and we picked rock, then we lose. So the result is equal to you lose. And finally, we'll add another else if, brackets and curly brackets, and we'll check if the computer move is equal to scissors. And if the computer picked scissors and we pick rock, the result is that you win. So that's how we compare our move to the computer's random move using an if statement. The last step
Okay, that means we would pick rock. We would pick rock. Let's
Right. If the computer move is wrong, if the computer move is wrong, then mm, okay, my move is always going to be wrong. So my move is always going to be wrong. Then there would be some if random is between math randomness, rock, paper, scissors. There's a 1 in 3 chance that each of these is chosen for great. But then consider log computer mode print out the value of the computer mode after each iteration. Then let results be dates, meaning the results, yes, the results, eventual results when you compare the value of the computer mode to my rock, so my constant rock volume, then you give out the results. Right? If computer mode is rock, compare that rock to my rock, die. If computer mode is paper, and compare that paper to my rock, I lose. For paper covers rock. Also, if scissors, compare that scissors to my rock, I know. But where did we declare that my value is always going to be rock? Right. Makes sense. I don't know. Okay. So, all I need to do now is just copy all these values. Oh, yeah, I'm going so much. Yes, but let's go paper. So much sense. I'm going to do this stuff out there. What is it? I should not be getting nonsense. I can't put get nonsense out of later. Don't just see. Right. Just see. Right. Okay. Go to me quick. That's one. Cool noise. Let's settle this down this way. Okay. Let's result to what the down move the cost to rock. This is paper now. Result will not be typed. Result will be when that's a result paper to be typed. And if compound with scissors to be because it's difficult to forget. Number two, regarding two, random number two, so what is going on there? Unexpected total. Unless it's not done. Okay. Button upgrade aggregators this sorry first random number two master random let me download so about this code syntax and unexpected token points. For example, number 2 is equal to step random. Let's go number 2 equal to this. Random number 2 is greater than or equal to 0. So it's less than or equal to less than 1/3. 2 equal to 1. Print out 1, print out 1. Is equal to log we equal to union plus equal to results we equal to time. Scissors and 1.
Is to display this result in the pop-up. So at the bottom, let's create a pop-up using alert, open bracket, close bracket, and let's go back to super simple dev to see the message in the pop-up. So we'll click this, and in the pop-up, it shows our move, the computer's move, and then the result. So we can actually just copy this, right click, copy, and then in here, right click and paste. So obviously, the computer is not going to pick this move every time, and this is not going to be the same result every time. Instead, we want to insert computer move into here, and we want to insert result into here. So because we want to insert values, we're going to turn this into a template string using backticks. And now instead of paper, we're going to insert a value using $, copy, and then in here, alert, open bracket, close bracket, and let's go back to super simple dev to see the message in the pop-up. So we'll click this, and in the pop-up, it shows our move, the computer's move, and then the result. So we can actually just copy this, right click, copy, and then in here, right click and paste. So obviously, the computer is not going to pick this move every time, and this is not going to be the same result every time. Instead, we want to insert computer move into here, and we want to insert result into here. So, and then if statement. The last step is to display this result in the pop-up. So at the bottom, let's create a pop-up using alert, open bracket, close bracket, and let's go back to super simple dev to see the message in the pop-up. So we'll click this, and in the pop-up, it shows our move, the computer's move, and then the result. So we can actually just copy this, right click, copy, and then in here, right click and paste. So obviously, the computer is not going to pick this move every time, and this is not going to be the same result every time. Instead, we want to insert computer move into here, and we want to insert result into here. So because we want to insert values, we're going to turn this into a template string using backticks. And now instead of paper, we're going to insert a value using $ and curly brackets, and we're going to insert the variable computer move. And instead of this text every time, we're going to insert the variable result. And now if we save, and we can click OK to close this, and go back to our tab and click the rock button, we're going to pick rock. The computer will pick a random move and it will show us the result in a pop-up. So that's how we create this simple version of rock, paper, scissors. In our code, we did things step by step. First, we generated a random number, we converted it into a move for the computer, and then we compared our move to the computer move, and we displayed the result in a pop-up. So as you can see, when we're writing JavaScript, we first figure out what steps we need to do. This is called an algorithm. And then we convert these steps, or this algorithm, into code. So now we can actually remove this console.log because we don't need it anymore. And the last step is to make the other buttons here interactive. So feel free to pause this video if you want to try it yourself first. For the paper button, let's add some new lines to make it a little easier to read. And again, we'll add the onClick attribute. And then inside here, we can actually make a copy of all the JavaScript we wrote. So we can select all of this, and then right-click, copy, and then in here, right-click and paste. If the formatting doesn't look right, we can select all of these lines and press Tab to add indents until the formatting looks good. The one thing we had to change here is that now we picked paper, so the result is going to be different. If the computer picks rock and we pick paper, that means you win. If the computer picks paper, now it means that we tie. And if the computer picks scissors, that means you lose. And here we'll also change you pick rock to paper. And that's it. The last step is to make the scissors button. That means you win. Press Tab to add indents until the formatting looks good. The one thing we had to change here is that now we picked paper, so the result is going to be different. If the computer picks rock and we pick paper, that means you win. If the computer picks paper, now it means that we tie. And if the computer picks scissors, that means you lose. And here we'll also change you pick rock to paper. And that's it. The last step is to make the scissors button interactive. So again, on click equals double quotes, and then we'll make a copy of the code. So I already have it, so just right click and paste. And then again, select the code that we need to fix the formatting for, and press Tab. And here we pick scissors. So if the computer picks rock, then the result is you lose. If the computer picks paper, the result is you win. And if the computer also picks scissors, the result is a tie. And we'll change you picked rock to scissors. Now if we save and try out our game, if we click rock, we're going to pick rock, computer picks a random move, and it will show us the result here. Let's press OK and try paper. This also works correctly. Let's press OK and click scissors. And this also works correctly. And that's it. We just finished creating a simple version of this rock, paper, scissors game. In the rest of this lesson, we're going to learn more details about booleans and if statements. Let's go back to booleans.html and open the tab for this file. And let's comment out the previous code using /* and // and create some new lines. The next thing we're going to learn is called truthy and falsy values. So if statements don't just work with Boolean values like true and false. They actually work with any type of value, including numbers and strings. For example, let's type if, brackets and curly brackets, and inside this condition, instead of putting a Boolean value, we're going to put a number, like 5. And then inside the curly brackets, let's console.log the string truthy. If we save, so if statements don't just work with Boolean values like true and false. They actually work with any type of value, including numbers and strings. For example, let's type if, brackets and curly brackets, about Booleans and if statements. Let's go back to booleans.html and open the tab for this file. And let's comment out the previous code using /* and // and create some new lines. The next thing we're going to learn is called truthy and falsy values. So if statements don't just work with Boolean values like true and false. They actually work with any type of value, including numbers and strings. For example, let's type if, brackets and curly brackets, and inside this condition, instead of putting a Boolean value, we're going to put a number, like 5. And then inside the curly brackets, let's console.log the string truthy. If we save, the number 5 behaves just like true. It causes the if statement to run this code. So we call this value a truthy value because it behaves just like true. Now let's change this value to a different number, 0. If we save, the number 0 behaves just like false. It causes the if statement to not run this code. We call this value 0 a falsy value because it behaves just like false. So how do we know if a value is truthy or falsy? In JavaScript, the list of falsy values are false, the number 0, the empty string, nan, undefined, and null. Any value that is not on this list is a truthy value. So why do we use truthy and falsy values? One way we use them is like a shortcut in our code. For example, let's create a variable at the bottom using const, and let's call it cart.
You saw me. Manifest connection.
Hello. Hello.
Can I help?
Yes, I'm sorry. So, I'm an 18-year-old recent college graduate, and I was wondering if you have any job vacancies for any. I genuinely don't mind anyone. I was thinking maybe a warehouse job or anything. I live in Bolton. Right. No problem. No problem. Do I have a pen? Yes, I do. I do. Yeah. No problem. Thank you. All right. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. 400. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate your time. Bye. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 9, 4, 4, 0, 0. Hello. Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm an 18-year-old recent college graduate, and I was wondering if you had any vacancies available. I'm 18 years old, and I recently finished college. So I was wondering if you had any vacancies available. A warehouse job, maybe. I'm open to any role that you have a vacancy for. Right. Right. Okay. Yes, yes. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Yeah, bye. Okay, let's go. 0161649 Let's go.
Thank you for calling Blue Allen. Please press 1 for general staffing or 2 for professional services. Thank you for calling CRC Manchester General Staffing. Unfortunately, we are unable to take your call at the moment. Please leave your name and number, and someone will call you.
08 164
Welcome to Proman Candidate Line. Please select from the following options. If you are looking for work in warehousing or production, press 1. 2 for building or construction. 3 for our driving team. Please choose from the following options. 1 for Trafford Park South, Manchester and Stockport. 2 for North Manchester and Tameside. 3 for West Yorkshire. 4 for Liverpool and Merseyside. 5 for the Midlands. 6 for Wigan and St Helens. 7 for Blackburn and Preston. Or 8 for South Yorkshire.
Trafford.
Thank you for calling Proman Manchester. Please select from the following options and we will direct you to the right team. If you're looking for work in Stretford, Trafford Park, Eccles, Earlham, Salford, Swinton, Worsley, please press 1. If you're looking for work in Altrincham, Harrington, Hartington. Thank you for calling Proman Manchester. A member of the team will be with you shortly. No one is available to take your call. Please leave your name and number.
Hi, my name is Goodluck Eniola, and my number is the one I'm calling with, which is 07384158769. and I am an 18-year-old recent, and I just graduated. I just finished college, and I was wondering if you had any vacancies available um around Trafford or Salford. And I would really love if I were to receive a call back or maybe get any feedback from you. Thank you very much. Wait, how was I going to get a job on a weekend? It's just, well, it's crazy. Maybe I can actually so there's no job for someone like me. When I realize the difference, I don't know the job. I don't. All I need to do is get good shoes, get good clothes, and just follow that around. Simple. Food is sorted. Morning sorted. I can see some small change here and there. Data is sorted. I'll just come to conclusion that I change all the time. Save it and start investing in like crypto or forex at the time. I probably lose everything, but it's still fun. Okay, my life is better after this, so I don't need complain. I'm fully working. It's if I was really well to exact something. Somebody like me will develop the personal skills for me. Maybe I'll have I had no choice but to develop the ability to speak to people and actually wherever I can say whatever. I don't know. It's not like next time. I've called all this week. Called all this week. No, 61 929 um 3 3849 061 929 call. Program.
Thank you for calling. Please choose one of the following options. Press 1. Press 1 if you want for work. Inquiring about a job you've applied for. If you are looking for work, please choose from the following regions. Press 1 for the Northwest. Press 2 for the Northeast. Press 3 for the West Midlands. Press 4 for Yorkshire. Press 5. Press 1 for Manchester Industrial. Press 2 for Manchester. Press 3 for Chester Industrial. Press 4 for Rochdale. Meridian Cash Freedom.
Hello. Yes. I'm an 18-year-old and I recently graduated. I recently finished college. And I was wondering if you had any vacancies available. Maybe a warehouse job vacancy. I'm Bolton. Yes. Right. What about nearby? Maybe Manchester or something. Ah, right. Bolton. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Yes. 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 I appreciate your time. Bye. Okay. 0161. Monday platform. Insight. Book. 388. It's 100. I'm trying to put on. No, no. Hello. Yes, I'm an 18-year-old and I recently finished college. I was wondering if you had any vacancies available. I'm Bolton. I live in Bolton, but I'm willing to work in around the Greater Manchester area. No, no. Right. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. That's okay. That's bus car contract services. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Um, yes. Yeah, no, sometime. Yeah, I'll check that for now. Save it. How will this people get jobs? Like, no, genuinely fucking clear. Hey, boss. Hmm. 57779. Oh, 6695779. Let's go. Hello. Hello. Yes. I'm an 18-year-old and I recently finished college. I'm an 18-year-old and I recently finished college. Yes. And I was wondering if you, yeah, yes. Sorry. I was wondering if you had any vacancies essentially. Um, yeah, I genuinely don't mind any vacancies you have available. Okay. So okay. Okay. Right. Thank you. Um, I was thinking maybe of a warehouse job, perhaps. No. Okay. Right. Right. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Interesting. 0161 414 0024. Hello. Yes. Hello. I'm an 18-year-old and I recently finished college and I was wondering if you had any vacancies available. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Real recruits. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yes. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. Bye. Okay, bye. Oh, the fact that I sent the thing out with the other six like I mean, niggas don't. I